Hey friends, Gary here, and in today's video I want to share my thoughts regarding why we should use Micro Four Thirds camera in 2025. As some of you guys might already know, I'm a big fan of Micro Four Thirds camera system. I love it. I simply enjoy using it for my photography needs, and I really recommend this camera system for people who want to do photography. I think people should really check it out. However, the competition nowadays is getting fiercer. For example, I have a Sony E-mount camera, an APS-C camera, that is the Sony ZV-E10. It is a small and lightweight camera with a very nice set of features and specification, and it is relatively affordable too. Wow, that's kind of dangerous for Micro Four Thirds. And also with this camera, there are plenty of third-party lens options offering different kinds of focal lengths, aperture at different kinds of price levels, including affordable ones. Wow, that's amazing, and this is a bad news for Micro Four Thirds. With that said, is Micro Four Thirds still a good camera system in 2025? Does it still have advantages, or should we move to the competitors? Let's find out in today's video, but I think you already know the answer to that. The short answer is a very big yes. But let me elaborate. There are a few reasons why I think Micro Four Thirds is still a good camera system to use for photography in 2025. First reason, I think because Micro Four Thirds is really intuitive. Sometimes a camera isn't just about the best specifications or the best features or the hypes. Sometimes you just need to find a camera that resonates with you and really fulfills your personal needs. Everybody is different. Everybody has different priorities, different needs for photography, and some people really value the best of the best, but some people just value something that is nice to use, that makes a lot of sense and doesn't get in the way between you and your pictures. For me personally, Micro Four Thirds fits into that category where the camera is very intuitive to use, makes a lot of sense, and it almost feels like an extension to your body. I mean, it's just very, well thought of, well designed. All of the important picture taking settings, it's there. You don't have to dive deep into the menu to find them. The button placements, the dial placements, where your finger rests on the grip, on the buttons, it just makes a lot of sense. The menu system is quite easy to understand, a little bit complex, but you can find what you need relatively quickly. And then also the camera just feels very responsive. You can just turn it on, start shooting, take pictures. It really gets out of the way between you and your photos. Now let me compare my Micro Four Thirds camera to another camera that I also have, and that is this camera that's recording this video right now, the Sony ZV-E10. It is a hell of a camera, no doubt about that. Plenty of features, the specification is impressive, but it's not what I call an intuitive camera. Sometimes when I want to change certain settings, I have to go into the menu, and the menu, although it's impressive, you can change plenty of things, even some things that you cannot do on my Micro Four Thirds cameras, but it's a little bit convoluted, a little bit complex. You need some time to find what you need to change, and sometimes that just gets in the way between me and the pictures. When I want to change the settings, I have to take some time, and maybe the moment is already gone and I will miss the picture. That's why I don't really think of my ZV-E10 as my primary photography camera, even though it is very capable, because it is just not intuitive. My Micro Four Thirds cameras, the GX85, the GX8, and also the GX850, they're not exactly new cameras. In terms of specification, they are not really that impressive and they don't really have that much features, but they just make a lot of sense to use. They feel, again, like an extension of my body, and they are very intuitive. Now let's move on to the next reason why I think Micro Four Thirds is still a good option in 2025, and that is size and weight benefit. Well, yes, I mentioned earlier that the competition is now stronger than ever, and that is true. For example, right here, I have the Sigma 18 to 50mm f2.8 for Sony APS-C E-mount cameras, and this is almost the same to my Olympus 12 to 40mm f2.8. But as you can see, the Sigma lens is smaller and it's also lighter. Well, granted, the Olympus 12 to 40 has weather sealing and it also has this beautiful manual focus clutch, and it is just a more solid professional option. But the point is, the competition now starts to come up with things that are also small and lightweight and importantly affordable as well. That's dangerous. That also isn't helped by the fact that recent Micro Four Thirds releases are more focused more toward professional grade gear. Cameras and lenses are now getting bigger and heavier and pricier, and they start to stray away from the original philosophy of Micro Four Thirds: small, lightweight, great image quality and great price. However, the good news is if you choose to go into the classic Micro Four Thirds routes, there are plenty of older cameras and older lenses that are small, lightweight, produce great image quality and is relatively affordable. For example, this is currently my most used camera. This is the Panasonic Lumix GX850. So small, so tiny, and on it right now I have the Panasonic Lumix 14mm f2.5. So small, so tiny, and the image quality is also good. It is very affordable. I bought mine slightly used for less than $100. Wow, what a bargain. And then also some classic lenses like the Panasonic Lumix 20mm f1.7. Just perfect for street photography, environmental portrait, things like that. Even the kit lens that comes with your Panasonic Lumix cameras, the 12 to 32mm f3.5 to f5.6, it produces great image quality and you don't have to purchase a separate lens because this is a kit lens. On the Olympus side of things, we have beautiful lenses like the Olympus 45mm f1.8, small, lightweight, perfect for portrait and a little bit of distant landscape. And we have plenty of options for third-party manual focus lenses as well that are affordable and produces great image quality, provided that you are okay with manual focus. Like this guy right here, this is the TTArtisan 35mm f1.4 for Micro Four Thirds. I recently got out with this lens, take some portraits and a little bit of sceneries with this lens, and wow, it's just so fun. I enjoy it so much. Next reason why I think Micro Four Thirds is still a good option in 2025 is because it is a fun camera system. Now you can have the best camera in the world with the best specification, the most megapixel, the biggest sensor, the fastest autofocus, the most settings that you can change, and it will be impressive. But if it doesn't inspire you to take picture, you won't feel motivated to take pictures with it, and it'll be useless. And that's not the case with my Micro Four Thirds cameras. I think they are fun, I think they are inspiring to use, and even to the point where they are addicting when I'm taking pictures. I cannot really stop when I'm using my Micro Four Thirds cameras. I'm not making this stuff up. This really has become an addiction to me, and using my Micro Four Thirds camera has been my way to get back into photography whenever I feel bored with photography or I feel like I'm in a rut and I don't want to take pictures. I simply just grab my Micro Four Thirds cameras, be it my GX85, GX850, GX8 whatever, and start taking pictures. And next thing I know is that I've spent hours already taking some silly pictures, but it's just so nice to use. I cannot really tell you what makes Micro Four Thirds addicting, but maybe it is related to my first point. They are really intuitive, but also in my opinion, they have their own characters, their mojo. When you hold it in your hands, you can feel that everything is right where it's supposed to be. It is just so tactile, and when you start taking pictures with it, you just feel like it is again a part of your body, and you'll start to take some pictures here and there, and all of a sudden it's already been hours and you've taken hundreds of pictures. Well, you feel a little bit tired, but you are happy and you enjoy that experience so much. I think that's what's important from Micro Four Thirds. The fun factor, the enjoyment factor is much higher. I don't get the same feeling from my Sony ZV-E10. It's a technical camera, but it doesn't inspire fun. And again, as I said in my other videos, photography isn't just about the end result. It's not just about getting the most perfect, beautiful pictures, but it's also about you having fun, enjoying a little bit of photography time to escape from this world, this reality, whatever you want to call it, and just immerse yourself in the world of photography, changing aperture settings, setting up composition, looking for moments, and just enjoying the beauty around you. Next reason why I think Micro Four Thirds is still a good option in 2025 is because I think it is more than good enough. If you can find a good deal on a classic Micro Four Thirds camera and lenses, then you can get a nice setup that can take pictures that is supposedly better compared to even modern day flagship smartphones, and you can save some money too because they shouldn't be that expensive compared to a newer camera and newer lens. Now, there will be compromises when it comes to classical Micro Four Thirds cameras and lenses. Continuous autofocus will be a problem. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, that's just the fact. And then also at higher ISO and lower light condition, they will be a little bit noisier. I think up to ISO 3200 or 6400, that's the limit for Micro Four Thirds. You cannot really go further than that. But if you are okay with these compromises, I think you have a very solid setup of cameras and lenses with great affordable price that again will produce nice image quality that will impress you for sure. Bottom line, sometimes when we are making a purchase decision for a new camera or a new lens, instead of using this, our head, we sometimes use this, our heart, our emotion. We're supposed to make sure that we have priorities of what we need, not just follow our hearts and say what we want, because when it comes to cameras and lenses, sometimes you have to be clever. Know your priorities, know your needs, and then make your purchase decision based on that, not based on what you want or what you see or what's the marketing or the hype is all about. And when you do that, sometimes you will discover that all that you need is just something that is more than good enough. Not the best of the best, but something that will just satisfy your requirements. And that's exactly what happened in my Micro Four Thirds camera situation. They are, again, not the best of the best for sure, but they are more than good enough for my needs, for my priorities. My priorities is that I need cameras that are smaller and lighter for travel, that takes great pictures, especially when compared to my smartphone, and they are easy and fun to use. That's my priorities. Maybe your priorities will be different, but I'm sure there are plenty of other people, maybe including you, that have similar priorities with mine. And for that kind of requirements, Micro Four Thirds again is more than good enough. Also, sometimes we focus too much on marginal improvements on our cameras and lenses. We want slightly higher resolution, we want slightly bigger sensor, we want slightly sharper lens, and we hope that it will produce better image quality. Maybe it will, but it's not always the case. For me, from my own personal experience, it's more about the photographers than just the tool. We neglect to upgrade our skill, and that's why I invite you in my channel to check out my everyday photography vlogs. I will put the card above right here, where you can check out how I come up with pictures taken in my everyday life situation. You will learn things about composition, camera settings, that kind of stuff, and you will learn about how to upgrade your skill as a photographer. If you want to learn more than just watching my vlogs, you're also welcome to check out my travel photography course ebook called Simplifying Travel Photography, where you will learn the ins and outs, not just about travel photography, but also photography in general. Again, things such as composition, storytelling, camera settings, that kind of stuff. You can learn it on my ebook. I will put the QR code right here or the links to download right here. So in conclusion, is Micro Four Thirds still a good camera system option in 2025? And again, the answer is a very big yes. I had plenty of fun using my Micro Four Thirds cameras in the past, and I will continue to have fun using it in the future. I don't think I will switch system anytime soon, and I hope you will also find and discover the joy of using Micro Four Thirds camera system in your everyday photography. And that's all for today's video. Hopefully this has been fun, interesting, inspiring, and entertaining as well. Please let me know on the comment down below what is your favorite camera system. It doesn't have to be Micro Four Thirds, it can be anything. Please share down below. Also, if you have any question, comment down below as well. I will try my best to answer them. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below. Use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel, or again to purchase my travel photography course ebook with the link on the description below. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.